Hello, how's everybody? Uh, I got this. Okay, we got that going here. They had a pop-up ad here on the Restream. Had to figure out how to get rid of it. Anyway, who's up? We're up to 159 subscribers now. You know, uh, thank you so much. You seem to pick up a few more every time I put out one of these things. So. Welcome to Simon Chardiet's New York Story. I'm going to skip around a little bit, and I'm going to actually skip up to more recent days because I want to talk about the Simon Chardiet tour bus. Okay? Now, last night, I got a real good friend of mine that I know since I was 15, Ed Friedland. Went to High School of Music and Art with him, and he was in that band Instant Chemical Religion where we got into that big street fight in Ridgewood, Queens. That I talk about in the Ridgewood episode of this. So he's a fantastic musician. He's like just great bass player, like super solid, super groove. Really got a great feel. Could play like great Latin, great walking bass, great rock and roll, anything. So he's in this band, the Mavericks, and they're a very well-known, famous band. So uh, he was really super generous and kind, and he put me on the guest list to go see the Mavericks last night, and they played in New York City, and so I went out and saw them. And then the show was great. The leader, Raul Malo, he's Cuban like me, and they play a lot of Cuban music influenced stuff too, but it's like rock and roll, and it's really a great band. It's like, you know, kind of just a great. They're playing theaters and big concerts, but they're kind of like one of the world's greatest bar bands. They're just some kind of like knock down, drag out, like good time kind of music. Anyway, so I go out. We're hanging out after the show, and we're hanging out right by the Mavericks. They got two tour buses, big buses with trailers for the equipment, and I'm just so happy for Ed that he's so successful. He played this big theater last night, uh, and he's in a tour bus, and that's so great. But I got my tour bus, but it is a global industrial aluminum heavy duty hand truck with a 2-foot nose extension and stair climber bars. And then I got these big wheels from handtruckwheels.com. They're like overrated. I kept breaking wheels, so I got these 3,000-pound giant wheels of death, like tubeless. You can't get a flat. And that's my tour bus. And I take one of my combo amps. I got them over here. That weigh between 30 and 53 pounds, depending on how loud they are. And then I take a guitar, and then I take a bag with like the tip jar, my cable, the set list, whatever merch I'm selling, and I have bungee cords and ratchet cords. I lash all that shit in the hand truck, and I take that on the fucking subway. So I'm going. The other night I had a 30-pound amp, right, a Fender Deluxe, weighs 30 pounds. Guitar. I took a Telecaster because I could practice it on the train and then play it on the gig and practice it on the train ride home. So I always practice on the train so I wouldn't get too bored. But then I don't have to bring a separate little acoustic guitar for practicing because Telecasters, they're built to go to work. They're like the working person's guitar. So and then I had, merch and the tip jar. I sold merch. I've been selling merch lately. It's nuts, man. I couldn't pay people to take my fucking CDs away, and now people actually buying them. So that's another good thing. So the hand truck is 30 pounds. The amp's 30 pounds. The guitar is probably, with the case, is probably about 9, 10 pounds. So let me see. I probably carry an 80 pounds. And I got to go up. Uh, I got to go up 4 flights, and then I got to go up 6 flights. Yeah, and then down 2. So that's like, and then down 4 more. So it's like 12 flights of stairs, and then coming home, I reverse the process. So it's like I am hoisting an 80-pound hand truck up 24 flights of stairs, and I don't know, like that's how I get to work. The thing about New York City is the subway runs 24 hours, and I have been lugging amps on the subway my whole fucking life, man, starting with Instant Chemical Religion in 75. No, even before that, starting with Children's Workshop. Now, I don't have a car. I don't want a car. Last car I had was the artillery tractor or touring van, and that finally gave up the ghost 2006. So I haven't had wheels since. I mean, I was into cars for a long time. You know, I was in I had that hobby, old cars, not like hot rods or anything fancy. They were just like kind of just regular, cars. But I was really into old 1960s cars. I had about 4 of them. And then I had vans for touring and stuff. But I realized that if I did the Simon tour bus, that instead of spending money on a vehicle and insurance repairs and tickets and everything, that I could save the money and I could, buy a flamenco guitar or something, or live more frugally and save up money or whatever. And it's a good thing I live frugally because I'm really not making any fucking money right now. Another thing is I kind of got bitter. Like, why should I have a car and spend all this money on a car to go play the Purple Peapot for $50? You know what I mean? That was my attitude too. Of course, now, uh, now, things are really bad in the music business right now, and like COVID killed it. Gigs, it killed everything. And I've also, after the Bar Sinisters broke up, I was freelancing. I did that for 5 years. I was just freelancing with all these bands. And now I'm kind of going back to playing. I'm going back to being a fartiste. I'm just playing what I want to play, where I want to play it, my way. And I'm kind of moved away from like playing, kind of restaurant gigs, sedate kind of restaurant gigs, or like playing more, you know, playing with bands I didn't want to play with just for the money, that kind of shit. I just did that for 5 years, like freelancing, and I'm not doing that anymore. I have these various things I'm doing, but they're like what I want to fucking do because they represent me, I was already in the Eddie D Orchestra when I was a kid, so I'm kind of done with Eddie D right now, So that's my fucking tour bus. So, the other night coming home from the gig, I went up 2 flights of stairs to the J train. Then there was no J train, only an M. So I got off at Wyckoff. I went down an escalator, down 2 flights of stairs, and then down 2 more at Broadway Junction, and then down. That was the cool thing, is it wasn't going up, but like, it was like 24 flights of fucking stairs. I'm looking back on my life, and sometimes I feel like a fucking jerk off being a musician, and sometimes I wish that I'd become a fireman instead. Now I'm wondering, first of all, they wouldn't have hired me back when I was young enough, because back then you had to be 5'7", and second, they didn't hire narcotics addicts. I would have like flunked out on that angle of it too. So this is 2020 hindsight, so it's complete bullshit but I'm just talking bullshit. But I'm wondering if I could have passed that fucking fire test. You know what I mean? Carrying all this fucking shit. I think I'm 62, you know, and that's like the idea I would ever be able to afford a car now is a damn fucking joke. I mean, not for nothing. I'm just scraping by trying to pay my rent and my bills and everything, you know. That's okay too. Fuck up. You know what? You know what? Capitalism sucks. Fuck upward mobility. I just want to make fucking music, you know? So that's it. The Simon tour bus. And this you know, I'm coming to a joint near you pretty soon. Uh, I'm playing with the Supertones Friday night at the Rockaway. Friday night, October 29th at Rockaway Brewing Company in Rockaway. And then uh, we're going to have a little fun. Me and Laura Rebel Angel and JJ and Raven, we're going to go play some jump blues and 50s R&B, and we're going to have some fun doing it at Otto's Shrunken Head next month. We're just working out the date right now, but I'll keep you posted on that. So that's my little thing on the Simon tour bus. You know, that's just how I do it. You know, it's called New York hardcore. All right, mwah.